subscribe to the 12 tribe chart? And you're the first one that I heard say that Hispanics cannot be Hebrew Israelites. You're the first one. This is the first time I ever heard that.
They don't fit the prophecy, brother. One prophecy is saying that the Israelites will be few in number amongst the nations, right? So when you look at America, they say what? We are the least amongst the nations. But in Mexico, their population is 120 million, 2 million blacks. Every country that we reside in, we the least in population. These people are taking over. And now, guess what, Sarnetta? You will never see these, One West can't speak about this. But now, since they've been telling these Hispanics that they're Israelites, now them Hispanics are saying they're the Israelites, and we're not. And we from the seed of Ham. That's what they're saying now.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahad Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, the men that taught me this truth through the Spirit. Peace and blessings to you brothers that's teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And peace and blessings to the rest of the elect of the house of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, peace and blessings to the indigenous Indians, so-called, through North, Central, and South America, which is a part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. They are part of the Northern Kingdom, because it's an attack, once again, on the 12 tribe chart, an attack on our power and our people. You got these simpletons, these old bottles, these out of gas mummies coming out the woodworks trying to talk down about the Northern Kingdom. All right? Which consists of you indigenous Indians from North, Central, and South America. All right? So-called. Now, he made some comments, and this is a commentary off his comments, a response off his comments, which is just moronic. It's idiotic. Just based off the 12 tribe chart. What kingdom, when I'm talking kingdom, I'm talking about North and South, which side has more tribes? So which side is going to have more people? The Northern Kingdom or the Southern Kingdom? The Northern Kingdom, which is Ephraim, which is the head of the Northern Kingdom, on down. Simeon, Zebulun, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. So I went and just did some tallying. Just simple common sense, man. I went into Numbers. Forgive me for the screen being sideways. I went into Numbers, the first chapter, the 18th verse on down, when the Lord commanded Moses to get men 20 years old and upward so they can go to war. And you can see the numbers for yourself. You could tally up the numbers for yourself. I took my time. He calculated all these numbers, and it came out, and this is including Dan at this time. And this is excluding Levi, all right? Because Levi, going into the history, they was the priests. They wasn't considered a tribe. So Levi is mingled amongst all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel to be the priests. This is at that time, during the time of Moses, or the Old Testament. I'm going to say that. So it says, Northern Kingdom tallied up to 493,550, and the Southern Kingdom tallied up to 110,000, which came up to 603,550. And then I went to a website. Damn, I just closed it out. I went to a website and I tallied up everything in a bar graph. I went to pie charts. I Googled pie charts and I put all that information in. And the first chart I want to show you is this one. It's common sense. It's clear as day that the Northern Kingdom is more than the Southern Kingdom. Plain and simple. And then when you tally up even all 12 tribes, they're just 2 tribes, Judah and Benjamin. And then the rest of the pie chart is Ephraim on down. And this is excluding Levi at the time, and this is including Dan at this time period of Numbers, the first chapter. But that's just simple logic. That's common sense to the ones that sense was gifted to. But now to get into the scriptures, because he said, 1 second. Let me see if I can pull it up again.
Subscribe to the 12 tribe chart, and you're the first one that I heard say that Hispanics cannot be Hebrew Israelites. You're the first one. This is the first time I ever heard that.
They don't fit the prophecy, brother. One prophecy is saying that the Israelites will be few in number amongst the nations, right? So when you look at America, they say what? We are the least amongst.
We are few in number amongst all nations. All 12 tribes is the fewest amongst all nations. But what was the land that the bulk of our people were going to be in? What was the prophecy that we was going to be brung on slave ships to? What was the prophecy that the 10 tribes was going to come to a land where no man had dwelt before? So now we're just totally forgetting about the prophecies that's written in the scriptures that was going to happen to the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom.
The nations. But in Mexico, their population is 120 million, 2 million blacks. Every country that we reside in, we the least in population. These people are taking over. And now, guess what, Sarnetta? You will never see these, One West can't speak about this. But now, since they've been telling these Hispanics that they're Israelites, now them Hispanics are saying they're the Israelites, and we're not, and we from the seat of
What Northern Kingdom person? You need to send me that video link. You need to send me that video link, whatever, Facebook message, whatever. Take a picture, a screenshot. Do what you got to. What Northern Kingdom is saying that the so-called blacks, West Indians, and Haitians are not a part of the tribes? I want to know that first and foremost. What Northern Kingdom, what Puerto Rican, Dominican, Native American, Seminole Indian is saying that we're the so-called blacks, West Indians, and Haitians are not a part of the nation of Israel? That's point one. Point two, name a time period that Israel hasn't been fighting against each other. That's my second point. If it is true, name a time period where Israel was never fighting each other, besides the point of the 40 years of peace with Solomon and when David was in power. A little bit after with David, because even in the beginning, there was civil wars amongst the tribes. But the only time we had peace amongst all 12 tribes is during the time of Solomon, the 40 years of peace. Outside of that, it was always civil wars amongst the tribes of Israel. Whether it was the southern kingdom or southern kingdom, or northern kingdom or southern kingdom, or northern kingdom or northern kingdom. I want to get into the scriptures now, because this dude is just a moron, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 4. In those days, in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, and the children of Judah together. This is the time period we're coming into. First, before I even read that, Amos chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So the Lord is going to gather his elect throughout the four corners of the earth, throughout all the nations that they dwell in, right? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And these are the ones we don't give a shit about. Unlike you, we go according to what the scriptures say. We don't give a damn about the masses of the people. We don't give a fuck about saving black people. We only care about the elect of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The ones that's coming in the correct faith, the correct doctrine, all right? And the correct gospel, man. The laws and the testimony. We don't care about no damn black people, Hispanic people, Native American. We care about the ones that repent and that seeking after the Lord daily. The elect. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. What was the tent? Because tabernacle is another word for tent or a home or a house. What is the tabernacle of David that's fallen? All 12 tribes being a people, being a nation again, together, not going to war with each other, under the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And it says, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build in it as the days of old. And that's what you're witnessing before your eyes. All 12 tribes are coming alive again. They're being quickened. They're being revived, resurrected through the word and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in the scriptures, man. And you got brothers that's the so-called Dominican, Guatemalan, Panama, Puerto Rican, Cuban, North American Indian, Seminole Indian, Argentinian, Chilean, Colombians, Uruguay, and Mexicans, and all the rest of the lands and countries that's amongst those lands that's a part of the elect, and that's serving the Lord with fear and trembling. And they're risking their lives and their freedom to do so, like the elder brother Malcolm says, man. They out there teaching, unlike you. And then here's my question to you, rusty old bottle witch. I know you're not going to answer it. You're not even going to respond to any of the GMS brothers shows, because you got Satan on you. It's all in your continents that spirits is popping off of you. I don't know if you smoking weed, doing drugs. I don't know what the hell, but Satan is written all over you, bro. But if the West, and I'm not knocking the West Africans, GMS believes and teaches that you still have Israelites dwelling in West Africa. You got Israelites scattered throughout all the countries in the world. But where were the bulk of Israelites going on the highways and byways, teaching his word, like the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the rest of the brothers that's teaching the correct doctrine from One West? Where's the plethora of camps out in West Africa? There aren't none. There aren't none. Because the Spirit of the Lord has the bulk of his people in the Americas. All right? The bulk of his people is in the Americas. Why? Because this is Neo-Egypt, man.